Hey guys, I just wanted to do a collection video, um, probably one of many collection videos that I will do. Now, I don't have the biggest video game collection. I'm actually really partial to the Nintendo systems, so um, without further ado, I'm going to show you my Wii collection. First game is Kirby's Epic Yarn. Now, I really like the visual art style in this game. It's a platformer, which I also really like platformers. One thing that I didn't really like in this game is that you can't die. Now, essentially this wouldn't be a problem, but I usually like a challenge, especially in my platformers. But if you just want a cutesy, nice visual experience, I recommend this game. And it's probably one of the more creative games on the Wii system. Recommend it. Dragon Quest Swords. Now this game isn't for everyone. If you're a Dragon Quest fan or just an RPG fan in general, you may like this game. One thing I did not like about the game is that essentially the combat in this game is you use the Wii remote and you hack and slash in first person at the enemies, and it's pretty much on rails for the most part. Now you do have a forward backwards movement, but there's no turning around and there's not much exploration. Most everything that is done in this game is done in first person. So think of it more as an RPG on rails first person, if you can kind of wrap your head around that. But if you're a Dragon Quest fan, pick it up if you can find it for a good price. Now, one of my favorite games on the Wii, and it's no surprise, Super Mario Galaxy 2. Now, I didn't play the first game, and it's actually on my list of a game to pick up, but if the first game is anything like what Super Mario Galaxy 2 is, then I know it's a spectacular game, because this is probably one of the best games on the Wii. It just does everything right. I mean, the colors are great. The gameplay is just seamless. Here's Nintendo innovating again. Making a Mario game, a 3D platforming Mario game that's not unlike any other Mario game out there. I mean, you're jumping from the gravity of one planet to the other, and it's just a very unique experience. Highly recommend this game. If you don't have this game, pick it up today. Another one of my favorite games on the Wii is Donkey Kong Country Returns. Now, this is sort of a reimagining of the 2D side-scrolling Donkey Kong Country for the Super NES. They do so many things right in this game. Retro Studios really nailed this one. And essentially, it's just your standard Donkey Kong Country side scroller, but it has a very challenging element to it. The level design is great. Sometimes you'll find yourself just running from platform to platform, barely touching, and it's just really exhilarating experience. I found myself dying probably 20 to 25 times at some parts. It's a very challenging game, but if you're a fan of Donkey Kong, you'll love this game. Recommend it. Another game that's kind of probably under the radar and probably not recommended very often is the Klonoa on the Wii. Now, if you're a fan of 2D platformers, there's no reason why you should not own this game. And essentially, it's a 2D. I would probably categorize it as a 2.5D game, whereas you're on a 2D plane, but some of the textures and models are 3D. It's a really fun game. It's not very challenging. You can probably play through it in a few hours, but again, you can probably find it pretty cheap. And actually, Pete Dorr was the one that kind of got me into this game, because I probably wouldn't have bought this game otherwise. But I know that he's really into the Klonoa series, so I thought I'd give it a try, and I was not let down. Wario Land Shake It. Now, guys, if you like 2D platformers, which, as you can tell, I'm a fan of, then you may like this game. But the only thing that might deter you away from this game is the shake it mechanic. Now, essentially, what this is some of Wario's moves. You'll pick up barrels, bags, boxes, and even sometimes enemies, and you'll shake the Wii remote, and that'll, essentially you'll shake the enemy or the bag, and coins will fall out. And it's not bad if you love collecting coins in a game. To me, that's not very appealing, and I found myself just getting annoyed with the shake it, the waggle controls, and really took away from the experience. But if you can find this game for a decent price and you're a fan of 2D side-scrolling platforms, I picked this up. It's got a nice cartoony style to it, so can't recommend it for everyone, but if you're a 2D platformer fan, pick it up. Now, this game doesn't need an introduction, and that's New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Typical Mario Brothers game, not much to say about it. It's just a great Mario game. Must own it on the Wii. And again, doesn't need much explanation. Mario Kart Wii, great game, great online play. I actually prefer the controller over the wheel. I guess it's personal preference, but great course selection. I really like the multiplayer experience. It's a great game to play with other people and just have a game night and play some Mario Kart. It's really fun. Good Mario Kart. Now, an underrated game that actually didn't do too well on launch, and that's Metroid Other M. And essentially, this is a I would probably say third-person action platformer. And it's unlike any other game in the Metroid series. I actually personally really like it, but for whatever reason, it just got bad reviews. People were really not liking the I don't know. It had platforming elements, and then sometimes you'd go in first person view to bring up your scanner or even to fire your weapons. I thought it was a great mechanic in the game. I actually really enjoyed this game. If you're a fan of Metroid, and I honestly don't see why you shouldn't pick this game up. And you can find it pretty cheap, probably under $10, or maybe 15 somewhere. But you can find it for a very good price, and that's no reason why you shouldn't pick it up. Next game I have here is Knight's Journey of Dreams, excuse me. If you're a fan of Knights games, I recommend this game to you. But if you're not, if you don't like flying around, flying through rings, if you weren't a fan of the original on the Sega Saturn, I would probably say pass this one up. I never played the original, but I know that a lot of people hold the Knights games in high regards, and I thought I'd give it a shot on the Wii. And I don't know if it's because it's the Wii version, if it's not as good, but I just didn't really care for it. I think it might be more of a nostalgic thing for people, but just couldn't really get into this one. Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. And this is a really good adventure game. It's all hand-drawn, cartoon style, but I think that just adds to the experience. I really enjoyed the puzzle solving in this. It's pretty much just you solving a mystery type game, but I just really liked it. Recommend it. You can probably pick it up pretty cheap. Now here's a game I wouldn't normally even own in my collection, because essentially the games that I own I've either played or have enjoyed playing. And this is probably one that you won't see very often, and that's Smarty Pants by EA. Now, if you have anyone that you are trying to get into playing video games, this is a great game to start out with. And essentially, it's just a trivia game that you just use the Wii remote to buzz in your answer. But it does it really well. In fact, so well that I would recommend this as my top 3 casual party games to play with other people, because it's so easy to play. It's one button to buzz in, and it offers a lot for people who are just trying to get into playing video games. If you, for instance, my wife, or she's actually my girlfriend at the time, we started out playing this game and we love it. We still play it today. So can't recommend this one enough for a multiplayer casual experience. Another game that's this is kind of just for fans of the series, and that's Metal Slug Anthologies. And this is just kind of a love letter to people who love the arcade style shoot 'em ups or beat 'em ups. And you know, if you know Metal Slug, then you know exactly what this game's about. And essentially, this game has Metal Slug 1, 2, X, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it has a lot of content here. If you're a fan of Metal Slug series, pick it up. And on to the last few here. This is Zelda Twilight Princess. And this is a very good game. This is actually probably one of my favorite games. I would probably go so far as to say it's probably one of my favorite Zelda games. I thought it was a masterpiece. The plot's a little bit more mature, a little darker. I really liked it. Had a nice feel. Puzzles were really fun. Just a great looking Zelda game. Definitely recommend it. If you don't own it, pick it up today. Metroid Prime, 3 Corruption. Very good game. If you're a fan of Metroid series or the Prime series in general, you'll love this game, and I think the Wii controls add a lot to it. Now, one quirk about this game is I got to a certain point in the game, and it actually wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me past a certain point. Essentially, the software glitched out on me, and I wasn't able to pass a point. And that was really discouraging for me, because I was probably about 3/4 of the way through, and it just decided that it's not going to work on me. And I looked it up online, and there's other people that have had problems with this, and it's just really unfortunate, because I really wanted to finish this game. But even with the glitch, that's not everyone's copy. That's just on some copies for some reason, but I still would recommend this game. And lastly here is Zelda Skyward Sword. And I'm still playing this game at the moment, so when I finish it, I will do a review on it. Very good game though. So guys, that's my Wii collection, and stay tuned for more collection videos.